Hey there, champs. How are you feeling today? How does your skin feel? Or are you taking some time off because you're all grown up and puberty days are behind you, but your skin won't budge? So you've cut all means of communication with your skin, your own little strike against your own skin. Hello, fellow skin chums. I am Anita, your very own bio coach, and I'm here to talk to you a little about skin and adult acne. The ones who are too clingy and don't leave you even though you aren't a teenager anymore. Why do they come? How do they come? How can you alter or reduce their visits and make them more tolerable? What to stay away from so you can stray away from these clingy chums? And whom should you be hanging out with more often if you want to stay away from these deadly creep of a skin killer who has been stalking, following and appearing on your face on special occasions like some creep sliding into your DMs? Human skin has pores that connect to oil glands under the skin. Follicles connect the glands to the pores. Follicles are small sacs that produce and secrete liquid. The glands produce an oily liquid called sebum, and this sebum carries dead skin cells through the follicles to the surface of the skin. A small hair grows through the follicle out on the skin. Now, skin cells, sebum, hair can all clamp together into a plug. This plug gets infected with bacteria and swelling, and a pimple starts to develop when the plug begins to break down. Now, when you hit puberty, there is an increase in the sex hormones called androgens. The excess hormones cause your oil glands to become overactive, enlarged, and produce too much oil or sebum. When there is too much sebum, the pores or the hair follicles become blocked with skin cells. So yes, puberty is a common cause of acne. About 8 in 10 preteens and teens experience this, but hormones aren't the only reason for these pesky pimples. What's interesting is that you can get it even as an adult, even if you didn't have them as a teenager. So why is it that these creepy crawly stalkers come back? Well, one main culprit is the changing hormonal levels. Remember androgens from puberty? When you hit adulthood, you also hit many hormonal changes, lifestyle changes, emotional stress, physical stress that spikes your androgens and creates an imbalance in your entire body and skin microbiome. Menstruation, pregnancy, the postpartum depression, the period, the breastfeeding all kick in your androgen levels, which in turn leads to a pH imbalance, inflammation, differences in your circulation, or excessive production of sebum. And we all know what that does. Annoying, aggravating acne. Yep. Now, this is the number one reason for you to continue getting acne even in your adult age. But what if you aren't really bothered by acne when menstruating, or have never been pregnant, or don't have a considerable amount of stress, or are just better at managing stress? Then why acne? Why? I'm glad you asked. The change of environment, the sun, the heat, the humidity can all trigger acne. You can't change the weather or the humidity of the place you visit, but avoiding too much sun exposure, using a sunscreen might help to reduce these breakouts. People with acne or acne prone skin should look for oil-free or non-comedogenic sunscreens. And don't forget to wash your sunscreen off your skin after a day in the sun. Even the most sheer lightweight sunscreen can clog pores if they are left overnight, Dry skin. It's true that oily skin is the cause of bad breakouts, but so is extremely dry skin. Dry skin can have microscopic cracks in which bacteria can multiply and cause acne. Gently exfoliate your skin a few times a week and hydrate with a non-comedogenic moisturizer intended for specifically your skin type. Now repeat with me these 3 deadly acne causing chemicals found in a variety of skincare products and other medications, like your corticosteroids, anabolic steroids, lithium. They stray away from these ingredients. Any product that I mean, any product which isn't even about skin can in turn find a way to damage your skin. The food, you all know the importance of good food, so I won't go into much detail here, but you know the drill. Stay away or reduce the consumption of oily, carb rich processed food, and try to incorporate more natural fruits, berries, vegetables, legumes as much as you can, and give prebiotic rich food a try. Start small with kefir, miso, avocados, berry, kimchi. Give it a shot. I can't stress enough the importance of a good skincare routine. It goes hand in hand with good food habits and a mindful lifestyle. So if you are tired of your old ways and your synthetically manufactured moisturizers and sunscreen and day creams, might I direct your attention to something that is not only nature's product but also scientifically proven to be effective. Prebiotics. You heard that right. Prebiotics for your skin, from your face wash to your day cream to your sleep mask. Iora has it all. The main ingredient in all these products being alpha glucan oligosaccharide. This one's a prebiotic and is derived from enzymatic synthesis from natural sugars, sucrose and maltose. It is a bioselective substrate that protects and stimulates the beneficial microbial skin flora without doing the same with the pathogens and undesirable flora. That means it intelligently fights against the bad bacteria that are a cause for so many skin related issues, and at the same time enhances and encourages the formation of good for you and healthy bacteria. It seems unreal and fabricated, but trust me, there are dozens of research and studies that back this data that I just said. If you're still in doubt, don't fret, just watch our IGTV called Is It Even Scientifically Backed, to restore credibility in what I'm claiming. Now, that's all the time that I have today, and I hope you've learned something new and found faith in something new. If you have, then please hop onto our website ayuraindia.com to get a one-on-one with our products. And until then, balance and mindfulness to all of you. Thank you.